All right, lesson 43 is least common multiple. So the least common multiple is the smallest number that is easily evenly divisible by each of the numbers. It's the smallest number that they all go into. Okay, the smallest number they all divide evenly into. So I know you're using the word the smallest number, but it's bigger than all the other numbers, okay? Because they all have to divide into it, okay? So one way to do this, all right, and I would write this down, okay? To find the LCM, least common multiple, find the prime factors, all right? So first you're going to do prime factors for all the numbers. Yep, where you like do upside down division, okay? Then you use each factor the greatest amount of times it is a factor in any of the one expressions. So you're looking, you see which one of those numbers has the most 2's, and that's how many 2's you need. Which one has the most 3's, and that's how many 3's you need. Which one has the most 5's, that's how many 5's you need. And then 7's, then 11's, okay? And then you multiply them together to get your number. Okay. You're not done? Not even close. Okay, I'll Okay, so the way I used to do this, like when I was a child, I would take the biggest number, 30, and I would be like, okay, does 20 go into 30? Nope. Does that go into 30? Nope. So then I would go to 60. And I'd be like, does 20 go into 60? Yes. Does 14 go into 60? Nope. So then I would go to 90, right? And this would like take forever, and you would really need a calculator, ideally, all right? So this is a really easy way to do it without the calculator, all right, for LCM. So we're going to take each one of these, and we're going to do prime factoring, where you start with 2. Okay, and you're like, all right, 2 goes into 14 7 times. So that one's done. And then we go to 20, and you start with 2. 2 goes into 20 10 times, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. And then you're done. And then we're going to do 30. Okay, and you start with 2, and 2 goes into 30 15 times. All right, and then 2 doesn't go in, so you go to 3. 3 is the next prime number, right? And 3 goes in 5 times. All right, so then what you do is you're like, which one of those has the most number of 2's? Okay, and that would be this one. So we're going to take 2 2's, okay? And then the most number of 3's is just one of them. And then the most number of 5's is just 1, okay? Nobody has more than 1. And the most number of 7's is just 1. And then you multiply all of those together, which is kind of unfortunate. That's a little bit of effort, and you get 420. Okay, that is the smallest number that all 3 of those go into. So think about how long that would have taken me if I had done it my way, where I was like 90, 120, 150, right? And I was just going through all the multiples of 30. It would take forever. So this is better in this method with numbers like this. Yes? No, hopefully they won't give you one like that. All right, this one's even worse. Okay, as far as like the numbers at the end. Okay, so we start with 75. All right, 2 does not go into it. So then we do 3. Does 3 go into 75? Yes, 25 times. All right, and then 3 does not go into 25, but 5 goes into 25 5 times. Okay, then we do 120. 2 goes into 120 how many times? 60. And then 2 goes into 60 how many times? 30. And then 2 goes into 30 how many times? 15. All right, and then 3 goes into 15 5 times. Oh, that was weird. How'd that happen? Oh no. Okay, I'll put that back. All right, 315. We're just gonna leave it. Okay, 315. So does 2 go into 315? No. Does 3 go in? Yes. So in case you forgot how to do this, you guys, pay attention, okay? 3 goes into 3. You do that first. How many times? 1. Okay, 3 does not go into 1, so you have to put a 0 here, and you like carry the 1 over. So now you're doing 3 into 15, which is 5. Okay? How do I know quickly that 3 goes into this? Add the numbers, right? What's 1 plus 5? 6. Is that divisible by 3? Yes. Okay, so I know 3 goes in. Now, pay attention for how you do this division, right? You're going to do 3 into 10. How many times does 3 go to 10? 3 times. You subtract in your head. What's 10 minus 9? And you put the little 1 right here. So now you're doing 3 into 15, which is 5. All right, now 3 does not go into 35, so the next prime number is 5, and that goes in 7 times. All right, so start with your 2's. Which one of these has the most, and how many are there? Yeah, right here. So I need 2 cubed. All right, then go to your 3's. Which one, how many do I need? I need 2 of them. All right, so I have 3 squared. And then I have 2 5's. And then I have 7. And you're like, wow, that would be really fun to do without a calculator. Thank you. And that would be 12,600. I don't think there'll be one like this on the test where they expect you to multiply those out, okay? This is just to make it hard. Okay, this is more like what you're going to do, okay? So after showing you all of that, we're going to do this with like algebra now. So first you're like, okay, what's the LCM of just 4 and 6? And this is one where you actually might just think through like the old school way, might be easier, all right? Instead of actually like making the graphs. Now you can, or making the upside down division. But like if you start with 6, does 4 go into 6? No. So the next multiple of 6 is, does 4 go into 12? So 12 is your answer, okay? Or you could do the whole like thing we just did, okay? All right, now for LCM, the least common multiple, you actually need whichever one has the most. For greatest common factor, we did whichever one has the least. For least common multiple, it's whichever one has the most, okay? Because they all have to be able to divide into it. So actually a to the 10th and b to the 4th is the answer, okay? Just so you know, you can always divide these, right? It's like you have 10 a's on top, 3 a's on the bottom, because it's always like what they can divide into, the biggest that they're all divisible by. So a to the 10th is definitely divisible by itself, and a to the 3rd goes into a to the 10th. It would leave you with a to the 7th. It's even, okay? So you always are going to pick the one that has the most, the highest exponent, okay? That is your answer right there. Okay, find the LCM of this. Start with 12 and 20. All right, so again, let's do this one just to remind you. All right, so you could do this. You're like, all right, that's 2 and 6, and that's 2 and 3. And this would be 2 goes in 10 times, 2 goes in 5 times. We need 2 2's, we need a 3, and we need a 5. So you would have to multiply 4 times 15, which is, yeah. All right, so the number, the least common multiple of 12 and 20 is 60. It's the smallest number they both divide into evenly. Okay, and then how many x's do I need? Yes, the one that has the most, x to the 6th. How many y's do I need? 2. And how many m's do I need? 3. Okay, and that would be the LCM. All right. All right, let's try some on the whiteboards.